Hi guys, Callum here from Helm WMS. I'm here today at Face the Future to meet Mark and the rest of the team to take a look at their warehouse. We've pretty much worked with you since Dispatch Cloud first started, prior to Helm. 2017, so Matt was literally coming into a room pretty much and showing you how it all...
It was a kitchen. We were picking everything from a house that was next to our clinic, and the kitchen was the staff room, the living room was the packing room, and the dining room was where all the stock was.
And Matt was still building the software for his kitchen
still
table,
building,
if I remember rightly.
building the software, and if we said we need this feature, it'd go into the code.
So how long have you been in this warehouse for?
So we moved in June last year. Basically, we needed to move the entire warehouse on a Friday and Saturday and get orders shipped on a Monday. So that was that was quite a stressful period. Yeah,
because how many orders are you doing at the moment?
It varies between at max 2,000 a day, on a quieter day maybe 600-700. So this is the goods in area. Heading into Black Friday period, so it's a bit untidy at the moment. But all the orders come into here. Well, you typically have somebody checking the orders off, booking the stock in. Getting them onto trolleys, which will all be up there at the minute, and then replenishing the shelves throughout the day. We sell other brands, some well-known brands across the industry, such as SkinCeuticals, CeraVe, La Roche-Posay, well-known sunscreen brands like Ultrasun, which you might have seen when you were out and about.
I noticed a couple of our own clients on there as well. I saw IsoClean was on there as well.
We have picking rows that are split into blocks. This is block 1. With A, D, B, C, and we use the priority rules for locations in Helm. And basically it starts here on A0A and it takes you all the way to the top and up and down, so that if you put a pick on the gun, that it would basically take you in that location all the way to the end and all the way back, so that you're not in between rows. Before we set up the priorities, you might have been in location A, then down to C, then down to F. Now, if I put a pick on for you, it would send you all the way around in the correct order.
Yeah, because you're doing container picking, aren't you? So the idea is getting as much as you can for that container, picking it in that pick way, taking it back to the packing station, and then pack from there.
If they were going to do a container pick, they would get one of the trolleys with the container. These are a bit DIY, but
I love going to see how different people pick, because you see it in so many different ways. Like you see people with pallet collars and like pallets on top of it. I've seen like your courier trolleys and people just dumping it into that. There's so many different ways.
And then if you had your picking gun, I've got my phone as an example, but you pick your first product, scan the container, put it in there, and then you go all the way around the warehouse with that, and then as they get to the packing terminal, as they scan the product, it tells you what other products are in that order.
Cool, do you want us to have a look at the packing terminal then?
So Lauren's packing a container at the moment. When she scans the first item, it will tell you which other items to pick. We're probably putting her under pressure now, so I know Lauren's usually pretty quick. And it looks like she's packing orders that are quantities of 3. So what we'll try and do when we're creating the picks is we'll always try and make sure it's a maximum of 50-ish items on an order. So if it's people who've ordered in quantities of 2, that'll be 25 orders. Obviously, the less items, the quicker it is to pick, because you haven't got to search as much. We've picked an order that's got an issue, which is probably typically the case.
Definitely.
But if there is an issue with the item, the staff can quickly fix it. In this instance, I'm guessing it's probably going to Northern Ireland, and it's a free product, so it's not got a value assigned for the customs. And then Lauren will just edit that and print it off.
So talk to me about your container picking then. So how does container picking work from your side of things?
Well, before these baskets, we'd pick order by order, and we would have just baskets piled up everywhere. And when you come to pack the basket, you knew that was just the order in it. With the container picking and packing, it means that you can get around, well, depending how many orders you want to do, but usually around 25 to 30 orders in one container. It'll send you around the warehouse using the priorities. So you might start on row A, finish on row S, but you're not back and forth like in order by order. If somebody had ordered something on row A and something on row S, you go to A and all the way up to S and back, and it just takes so long. So obviously a lot of our products are quite small. So that's why these size containers work quite well, because you can get a lot of orders in one. So as they've completed the pick, there'll be around 25 to 30 orders in there, multiple quantities. We try and do them so it's the same quantity, so orders of 2, orders of 3, orders of 4. And as the Lauren's packing here, she scans the first product and then it tells you what else is on that order. So you simply find it in the container, scan that, pulls up the customer order details, press enter, prints off your label, and then the order's packed and you just move on to the next order. So it's just much quicker than having baskets of orders everywhere.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about it as well is because you're scanning every item in at the packing station, it means that all those orders that are going in that box are correct. So when you actually send out that parcel, there's no chance that a customer's going to get the wrong item or the wrong order.
Yeah, no. I couldn't even tell you what our mistake rate is, but it must be less than 0.1%.
No.
It's very rare that we'll have sent something out incorrectly because you've got to scan.
Yeah, which is mad, because I think in beauty, I was saying before, like, there's such a... It's very easy because the items are normally, there's only small nuances.
Yeah.
It's very easy to send the wrong order. Like if you've got, I don't know, makeup, and I mean, my wife wears desert beige and there's also desert shadow. Like trying to actually see the two is actually quite difficult, whereas that's the system, because it's barcoded, it picks that up.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of our issues before we moved to Dispatch Cloud / Helm back in 2017.
Yeah.
It was all manual picking, there was no scanning. You were basically looking at the address and the product, and then we'd send things out wrong all the time. So, yeah, it's just kind of evolved from there really to make it pretty accurate. So we pick all the items on these guns. We use the Helm app. All the pics show on there as you're going around the warehouse. Even when it tells you the location and you scan the location, it says the name of the product, it pulls the product photo through. So that if it's a new member of staff and they might not be quite sure, they can compare the photo. So that's really useful, especially in like Black Friday where all the office staff come out to help, because it's typically like they're not as quick as these guys who are doing it every day. But yeah, definitely the picking guns and the paperless picking. It's a bit of an investment to start with buying these, but it's worth it in the long run for the amount of time it saves versus printing all the paper off and trying to do it that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're right, you're saying if you get the office staff to come in, the warehouse isn't relying on guerrilla knowledge, is it? They will also give you the ability to scan that item and verify that that item actually is the correct one in there. There's no mistake on that, and when it gets to the packers, they can actually pack it. It's easy to pick up very, very quickly. Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Amazing.